Okay, so the first question was asking us determine the minimum radius of the circle. So that is centripetal acceleration at the lowest point does not exceed 6 g's. Okay, well, for the first question, we know that the pilots and the plane was at the lowest point of the circle, so it's right here. So it's experiencing a gravity. Okay, and there's a normal force from the seats. Okay, and it's a centripetal force toward the center, Fc. Okay, and in this case, it's asking us what is the minimum radius. Okay, so we know centripetal force is equal to Fc equal to mv squared over r. Okay, and it said you want us to not exceed 6 g's. So that means the minimum acceleration that can be accessed is 6 g, and the acceleration of the centripetal force is the v squared over r. This is the acceleration. Let's say it's equal to a. So if a is equal to 6 g, that means the radius is at a minimum. Okay, because it reached the most potential to get a 6g. So the radius must be the minimum. So we give us v squared over r is equal to 6g. So r can be equal to v squared over 6g. And v is given as 840 kilometer. Let's convert it to meter per second. We'll get 840 times 1,000 meter, because 1 kilometer is 1,000 meter, over 3,600 seconds, because 1 hour has 3,600 seconds, over 6g, which is 6 times 9.8 meter per second square. I'm sorry, I should put the square here. Okay, and this will give us the minimum radius of the circle is 925.9 meter. Okay, for question B, it was asking us what is the effective weights at the lowest point of the circle for the pilots. Okay, so it's asking us the normal force, because the normal force is the force that will push up, the force which the seat will push out on him. Okay, so we know the centripetal force is equal to normal force minus g, the gravity of the pilots. Okay, because g is pointing downward and the normal force is trying to support the pilots and keep it upward. So it will against the gravity and keeping the pilots moving downward from the gravity. Okay, and if we draw the circle, this is where the pilot is at the lowest point of the circle, and there should be a gravity at this point, the normal force that is upward, and the centripetal force is upward toward the circle. Okay, and the centripetal force is always the net force in a centripetal motion. Okay, so Fc is equal to Fn minus g, and we'll get Fn is equal to g plus Fc, which is mg plus 6 mg. Let's say, yeah, remember Fc was equal to mv squared over r, and v squared over r is equal to 6g. Okay, so we'll get 6 mg, because v squared over r is equal to 6g. So then we'll get 7 mg for the normal force, which is 7 times 78 kilograms times 9.8 meter per second square. And this will give us the effective weights on the pilots is about 5,351 newtons. Okay, and for the last question, it was asking us what is the effective weight for the pilots at the top of the circle. So this is the circle, and at the top of the circle is right here. And this is the center of the circle. So at top of the circle, there's a normal force going upward from the seat. Okay, and there's the gravity of the pilots is going downward, and there's also a centripetal force toward the center going downward in this case. Okay, so Fc. So the net force Fc, the centripetal force, can be equal to Fn plus mg. I'm sorry, say g. Okay, because in this case, centripetal force and the gravity have the same direction, both of them going downward, but only the normal force is going upward. So Fc is positive. If we consider it is positive, that means the gravity is positive in this case as well, since we'll consider downward direction as a positive direction. Okay, and then we'll get Fn is equal to Fc minus g, which is 6 mg minus mg, and this will give us 5 mg. So this is the effective weight for the pilots at this time. Okay, and we'll get Fn, the effective weight of the normal force is equal to 5 times 78 kilograms times 9.8 meter per second square, and this will give us the effective weight at this case is about 3,822 newtons. Okay, so this is the effective weight at the top of the circle of the pilots. Okay, and these are my solutions for the question. Thank you.